And something new. Ah,
Hi.
does that look okay?
Yeah,
Can you see yourself, Liz?
I can.
I'm
Good
coming.
morning.
I'm coming.
It's Friday.
I'm tired and I'm injured.
Tripping up the stairs will do that.
Up the stairs, mind you. Yes.
It's okay. I almost face planted into my
I think I
dresser
tilted
this
this
morning.
too. Oh God.
Yeah.
I think I tilted it too far down. But if I sit, no one cares, right?
No, you're fine.
Still,
You're fine.
it still feels weird.
Then go move it.
Hang on. Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in, I guess, sunny for today, Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there.
Welcome to the sideshow.
The Dear Becky and Lizzie edition.
On a Friday.
Yes.
I feel a little better.
Okay.
There is this sweet spot between like seeing all the empty wall space up there and feeling like just on that screen, like the ceiling's closing in. I do feel a little better now. I'm so tired though. This is very full. I'm hoping that's why I'm tired. So, no, I went to the post office. We finally got all of the packages from last week's mega sale to the post office yesterday. Thank you all for your patience because we had well over 30 packages.
Yeah.
Like probably at least
of,
35.
On top of our just regular
life.
daily orders that, an order here. It was over 10 packages per time that we sent out.
It was 11, 13, and 12 actually.
Yeah.
Because it counted.
Yeah.
Kind of. So do the math, people. Tell us how many packages that was. And some came in like after the sale or during the sale, but not part of the sale. And oh my gosh, just trying to get them packed up and still run the shop and do lessons. And our mail lady had surgery, so she can't lift stuff. So we've actually had to take it ourselves because some of y'all ordered enough that it was heavy. You wouldn't think yarn would be heavy, but yes, it can be. It can be.
How hard can working at a yarn shop be? You can't die working at a yarn shop, and it's like,
oh, try us.
The boxes of yarn are heavy. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes, especially the way Liz packs them, they're heavy.
Well,
the heaviest one today was like, or this week was like 5 pounds or 6 pounds, something like that. The heaviest we've sent to someone, it's been what, 20 pounds?
Yeah.
Something like that. That was a lot of yarn.
Yeah.
Thank you. But that was a lot of yarn. So I'm talking. No, but the reason I was telling that story is coming back up the stairs across the way with the dolly folded up and the bin I used. My toe caught on a stair and kaboom, it sounded a lot worse than it was. It still stung, but between the empty bucket going everywhere and hands full means trying to brace yourself as you fall. It doesn't really happen. I'm amazed I am as uninjured as I am, but I did come out of it with a pretty banged up shin. So I'm walking a little slow today.
In exactly the same spot that the cat likes to lay on.
Headbutt, not lay on.
Oh,
but well, he could lay on it too. But a 15-pound cat saying, "Hi, I'm glad you're home." That's the spot. Mm-hmm. And like, I have to mark you now because you've been out all day and you need to feed me now. And I'm trying to be loving. Right on the bruise. I broke skin in one spot. 2 spots got really badly hit. 1 broke skin. I have a Band-Aid on today. So yeah, I'm walking a little slow. How's that for a little squirrel start story?
Yay.
Squirrel,
it means when we walk together, she doesn't have to slow down.
Because you're already so slow.
Because I'm already so slow.
Okay, so some of y'all may notice that this is not going out on a Thursday, which is our usual day to film. And that's because I had an appointment yesterday morning. So thank y'all for hanging in until we got here. There's other stuff I thought I was going to have to deal with this morning, and someone else is going to have to deal with it because it's a bigger issue, but it has nothing to do with the shop. So we won't talk about it here, which means we have more time to film because I thought I wouldn't even be getting in until now. So
we do have one question.
hence we have stories we can tell. But yes, we have one question. It is Dear Becky and Lizzie on a Friday. And we have one question that I don't think we're going to give a very good answer to, or the answer that people want to, but we can talk about.
Everybody's like,
and then I can show off
a
stuff
specific answer. And we're like,
no.
nah.
9 times out of 10, a question for us doesn't have a specific answer. That's the nature of a yarn shop and yarn and knitting and crocheting and life.
It's never as concise as 4 out of 5 dentists.
Even that is
it's more like,
you know what?
It's more like, it's,
and the last dentist has no teeth. What?
Yeah.
No, guidelines, pirate code.
Yes.
Okay. What is our
question? It will quit.
You're getting busy like doing stuff.
I'm always.
I know.
It was excruciating when I didn't last Tuesday.
And then was it either we both were or you weren't and I was, and it was excruciating for both of us. This is why this morning's morning meditation with these guys, which they're so soft and I can't wait to wear. I had nothing to like show progress on because I don't knit when this is happening. And when there's enough computer stuff or customers for the shop, I just don't get knitting done. And I was so tired last night. I was trying to edit tips and tricks video. And then Liz is like, I brought the question up. Why are you still talking?
I've played this game.
Okay, so I finally, it didn't publish till this morning because checks took longer than usual, which is usual right now. I filmed 3 tips and tricks videos on Monday. I think I'm still tired from that. And I still don't know if they came out okay, but it takes time to edit them. So I finally finished editing the second one last night. I thought it'd be on the 3rd by now. It hasn't. I feel like I'm letting my public down, Liz, but I'm tired. So I don't know.
I'm trying to brace myself for next Tuesday.
What's wrong with next Tuesday?
We're going to be 90 degrees.
Oh, I scheduled an oil change for next Tuesday too. So I'm going to have to be out walking around in it to pick up my car.
Oh,
yay. And drop off my car. We have to figure that out.
We do.
Maybe because it's 90, everyone will stay home.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's 90. Well, actually, it'd probably be even hotter outside of the mountains. So everybody's going to be like,
coming to the mountains.
Let's go to the mountains.
Saying, let's run into the air conditioning.
Yeah.
Please put a mask on first. That's all we ask. Okay. So, or that's at least the least we ask. Not breathing in our shop would be good, but that's kind of hard.
We've tried that.
I've tried to hold my breath when I run in to grab something. I didn't want to put a mask on.
You get about 5 feet before you go.
I was like, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna asphyxiate my own shop. Okay, what's our question?
Dear Becky and Lizzie, my knitting bestie and I have heard different things about the stretchiness factor in ribbing. I heard that it's stretchier to knit a 1x1 rib, and my bestie heard a 3x1 is stretchier. Can you solve this mystery? Thanks. Inquiring minds of the stretchy kind want to know.
This is where it's like, I don't know if it's gonna really solve the problem for you, because I've read somewhere, this is reading, I've read somewhere that they're potentially just as stretchy, even though there's fewer pearls in the 3x1. I believe it. I mean, and I might be misremembering the Ann Budd book, and the second person in this question might have it. There was I think it was an Ann Budd book about socks. And one of her things, it was just like a general sock book. And we used to have it here in the shop, but it comes from a company that I don't currently have a relationship with. So we don't have it in the shop again. It commented on the cuffs of socks and how 1x1 ribbing is good. 3x1 ribbing, so 3 knits and 1 purl, has just as much elasticity to it, but can show off like a self-patterning yarn better. Now, it's very possible that she actually said that it's stretchier. I don't think she did, though. I know for a fact 2x2 ribbing does not have a ton of elasticity. It has elasticity as compared to, like, I'm trying to think of, I've got a sweater up there with 1x1 ribbing at the top and 2x1 ribbing at the bottom. I can bring that over and show y'all. I wouldn't do a 2x2 ribbing on a sock. I would do it on like the brim of a hat because it's decorative and it's got a little bit of stretch to it. So it won't, hopefully won't fall off your head. But I think it would lead to saggy socks personally. I don't see a 3x1 having more elasticity than a 1x1.
Yeah.
But I can't say we had time to test this, or even if we had time, we would have the energy to test this. So
what 1x1 ribbing is just horizontal garter, kind of like, you know, you're only gonna get so much stretch, and some of that depends on,
I mean,
fiber content
maybe
too.
you'd have more stretch because there's more space between the stretchy parts with 3x1.
Yeah.
I didn't say that close to the mic, but I think it picked it up. Oh,
I think it probably depends on your fiber content.
oh yeah, so many things. I mean, but let's let's say that all things being equal, though, if the fiber content is equal, that's probably what they're asking is, like this sweater has 2x2 ribbing all over it, and it's also a plant fiber, and honestly it's not very stretchy. It's already done its thing. But a 1x1 ribbing with this plant fiber and a 3x1 ribbing would be different from each other. Potentially, like would still hold up to that test. This is also a cotton. So again, a lot of times you're making socks out of merino. Did that get stuck? It got stuck. Yeah. When you're making stuff, this is a slightly stretchier cotton than the other one. When you're making stuff out of merino, it's gonna have different stretch to it. But like the top of this is a 1x1 ribbing. And the cuffs in the bottom are 2x2, and there's some stretch to that, but grip, I don't know if there would be a good grip with 2x2 ribbing on socks, and that just got caught. All of my crochet hooks, okay. This is an animal and plant fiber both in here, and oh my gosh, patience, hang on. Hangy things get stuck on everything. The Anker summer shirt, all of this is 1x1 ribbing and has a lot of stretch to it.
Yeah.
1x1 ribbing also looks poofier. Like oftentimes when you're directed to do 1x1 ribbing on the edges of garments, they will have you go down a size or two needle because just by its nature, it looks bigger than the rest of it. Like this is just stockinette, just knit stitches, and this is the 1x1 ribbing, and it can look bigger than the stitches below it, even when done on the same needle. But this has a decent amount of stretch in it, which also could make the top of the Anker summer shirt feel big. I don't know, depending on the material. So I'm trying to think about the socks that I've made, or like it wasn't last Christmas, but a recent Christmas, I made worsted weight socks for most of my family, and it was self-patterning yarn. And based on this, this recommendation from this book, which I had at the time, I did the ribbing for the whole top of the cuff from the heel up in 3 knit stitches, 1 purl stitch, to show off the self-patterning part of it more. And my dad still raves about those socks. I mean, he's had them for probably at least 2, maybe 3 years now. I think it was from the last time I went to Christmas in person with my family, pre-COVID, which would have been December of 2019. And this up here, this is 1x1 ribbing at the top of this sock. And I don't have an example here of three stitches to 1 stitch of ribbing to show off, to compare. that would be fascinating. I don't think I have the energy and time to do it. So, and I don't think I have anything in the shop currently that has the 3x1.
Yeah, I'm looking around going,
right?
no.
It is my preferred, if I'm gonna rib the whole cuff of the sock.
Do you have 3x1 on your Lily Kate?
No, that's 2x2. That's 2x2. The pearl gaps are huge on that.
Okay.
So I'm just saying.
Blind.
Yeah, I could bring that over if you want, but I'm telling you right now,
it's fine. I just
it's an intriguing question if it's stretchier than 1x1. My guess would be no, but as stretchy, maybe. So the other thing this book was saying, and we've commented on this before with one of the questions, is her thing was and again, I haven't tested this, is if your socks are pooling and sagging, it may not be because they're not wide enough at the top. It actually might be that they need to be tighter at the top. And I think we were just talking to someone recently who was talking about decreases at the top of her socks, at like maybe the top of the cuff. I couldn't discern when we were talking if it was, hang on.
Bless you.
I couldn't tell. That was a big one. Okay. All kinds of air coming out of me. I couldn't tell if that was decreases after the heel shaping or at the actual top of it. And I don't think she got like
we're sorry. It's not every day Rebecca sneezes.
Not like that. It's gonna make me sneeze again. I did never snort when I laugh either. That was, ooh, I'm leaving all of that in because you all have earned entertainment today. That might actually wake me up. I'm crying. Okay. So where was I? She was talking about not this pattern because she was buying this pattern for me. She's talking about some other pattern though. And I was like, huh? Which, you know, shows the limit of my knowledge on things. I do not know everything. It's just, yeah. If anyone is going to be coming to me for help because they think I know everything, at some point in our relationship, you'll be sadly disappointed. I'm still learning lots and lots of things about knitting and crocheting through owning a yarn shop has taught me a lot.
Trial and error is a fantastic.
That too. I need coffee. Okay. What?
You do voodoo on a daily basis.
Doesn't mean I know everything.
It's great fun. You watch her drop a stitch all the way down and then
wiggle,
fiddle
wiggle.
And then pull it all the way back up.
It's sticks and string. I will, full disclaimer, doing voodoo on knitting does not mean it will perfectly look like it did before we did the voodoo. It will fix things. It may not magically fix to perfection, but I was having that conversation with my intro knitters this week of perfection is not the goal right now. Honestly, it's not the goal for a lot of knitters 20 years in.
It could be the idea 20 years in.
Yes,
but
and it can be the goal for some knitters, and some knitters might achieve some level of that. But some people, if that's your goal, you may not hit it that often. Like I don't think anything that I've made has been perfect.
I think the longer that you knit or crochet, the faster you can recognize mistakes and can learn how to fix them.
I saw someone on Knit and Chat this morning. Looked like she was doing a Rose City roller, to be quite honest. And it was on Knit and Chat, so it wasn't in our knit along. So it might not be part of our knit along. Or it could be someone who's seen them because we're doing a knit along. I don't want to give myself that much credit. But It looked like she was doing a Rose City roller because she was on her heel flap, and the cuff you could see underneath was really tiny and rolled, right? And she said she had misread the directions, and when it said to do something 32 times, she did a 2-row repeat 32 times to 60. You're supposed to have 32 rows total, and I think she misread that as 32 repeats of the 2-row thing instead of 32 rows total. So she had 64 rows for her heel flap, and she's like, I don't know how to back out, so I'm probably just gonna rip the whole thing out. And I was like, I want to reach through the camera, the TV. Let me try that again. Coffee. I want to reach through the computer screen and help you. And I have stuff about tinking and frogging and getting it back on the needle. And I wish I haven't made the heel flap video or the heel video. I think I'm going to make one big one on the heel flap, or the whole heel. The flap is one part. There's 3 parts to a classic heel. I wish I'd already made that video, because then you might not have been stuck, but I don't know. I cannot do everything for everybody. And she may not know about my videos to begin with. So, but I felt for her. I felt right in here. And I also felt for her in that sometimes very, very experienced knitters do the same thing. Misread a pattern. That
misreading, making assumptions about patterns, ignoring the pattern, either out of habit or on purpose. Some of those tend to be the biggest starting points for making mistakes. Culturally, knitters and crocheters, we look at it, we go, we got this, and pitch it. And that's only go back looking for it.
Right.
When there's a problem.
Mm-hmm. So there's misreading a pattern or not understanding it in the first place, and there's making assumptions about it. And those both can lead to disaster.
Yeah. New knitters or crocheters, they're always, when they're taking lessons, oh, I can't wait until I've been doing this for a while so I don't make the same mistake. And it's my inner giggle goes off, and I'm like, oh, you just get better at making them.
That's when we pull out the Southern bless your heart.
Yeah.
And then we say, I have realized, and I might even make a tips and tricks life lessons about this. I've realized that a lot of my lessons are holding space for people, telling them it's going to be okay. It may not be right now, but it's going to be okay. It's, give it some time. We're here to hold you metaphorically. And it's going to be okay. But yeah, perfection right out of the gate.
Perfection for a while in the gate, probably.
My morning meditation this morning with these, I have a little bubble sticking out of my yarn here because I was knitting along trying to get
yarn barf.
I had to do the Heimlich on this. I got yarn barf after it was choking and stuck, and I went in and pulled, and it was like, and then I got yarn barf, and I left that in my morning meditation. Like the other, I was looking, speaking of perfection, I was looking for a perfect part to put up online, social media. Yes, to look all pretty and get followers and blah 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 blah. And every turn I was doing, there were problems with all of it. So I kept the one that at the end I am tugging and pulling, and because that's like it happens to everybody.
Yeah, especially if you send her pull.
Mm-hmm. Even the best wound ball of yarn, and it doesn't always go perfectly for us, and that doesn't mean that like we're a faulty yarn shop because it doesn't go perfectly for us. Even the most perfectly wrapped ball of yarn could, in the process of doing a center pull, snag.
I opened this ball for my crochet, and I'm like, I'm going to double strand it. So center pull, couldn't find the middle, wound up pulling out half the ball. Rebecca's like, oh, like, did you get yarn barf?
Yeah, it's like, the hasn't aged well, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. It's like pulling out the guy's heart out of his chest. Kalima! Like that's yarn barf.
I just happen to like
Has
yelling,
aged well,
I've got
'cause
yarn barf. in
That's not
public.
Kali, and that doesn't represent Kali, the goddess, at all. But yes,
Yes.
but that moment from the movie,
Yes.
that's what we do with yarn barf. Yeah. Anyway,
It's great fun to yell in public. I've got yarn barf because everybody turns
wasn't
around
yelling.
and goes, why?
but that's okay.
Well,
I know when you do it. We've already had our loud moment on camera today. So let's see. You are crocheting what I am crocheting. She's copying me. No.
I started first. Like I started chaining probably 10 minutes before you did.
I picked the project first.
I
So
picked
there.
the project first.
I found it on Ravelry.
You did.
I won. Take note, internet. I won this once.
It's only a competition when she's winning, so
that makes it easy though.
but I'm
I mean-
doing two.
What?
I'm doing two.
I was about to say she's got two going. She only has one over here, and I haven't touched this since I started a couple days ago. But this is mine. It's the Montana bag, right?
Yes,
That's the name of it. It's the one I want to do a crochet along in July. And I know I'm starting early, people, but I have to test the pattern and make sure it's okay for crochet along. If anyone wants to crochet this bag, it is not super, super complicated. This is super soft. I'm doing it in cotton. They often recommend cotton for durability and washability and that kind of stuff. Liz is making two out of different wools. So that proves that it can be done. You're walking like you hit your shin. No.
Knees.
That's just life. This is almost so soft that like durability, I don't know. I think it'll be durable. It'll be more durable than the Cumulus yarn that we have. That's super soft cotton. This I'm thinking would be an awesome beach bag. It's DK weight where the pattern's written for worsted, and I'm on an E, which may or may not be as small as she wants. And I'm a loose crocheter, but I don't think I could pull this yarn with a smaller hook than an E. Like a D, I think I would be having problems. So that looks really cool.
This is bulky yarn on an I hook. It's
And you
bulky,
changed-
super wash merino, and I shrunk it from 70 to 35.
Yeah, it's
I
a
have.
starting chain of 70, and she's making it smaller. Thicker yarn, but a smaller width to her bag.
And hold on, I have to show you. I did the same pickup that you did on that one because I figured it out. Anyway, I did not do like you chain 70 and then you pick up from one half and then pick up from the other half, and I just picked up different halves of the loops on.
And some people watching are going, I don't know what you're talking about, but yes, some people do.
Some people do. Anyway,
Learn at the crochet along in July.
I didn't pick up the front V's and the back little bump, so I did extra reinforcing down I just did slip stitches on this one. So
Different ways to do the bottom of your bag.
Yeah.
Can you pass me the scale, please?
Yeah.
So again, the crochet along on this, I'll put out videos in July if I can. I am a really big fan of with the crochet alongs and knit alongs that they don't cost money, because some people charge money for them and then you get help included, but I can offer different levels of help to people who are close by versus people who are far away. So they're free. There's no sign up per se. There's just come do it. If you need help, you can pay for a lesson here at the shop. I should be putting out videos. You can always give me like a super thanks tip on the video if you feel like it's earned money from you. But I don't make that a requirement for it. But that means you can't just drop by and ask for help. You really got to sign up for an appointment. But anyway, it's in milliliters, which is not her fault necessarily.
you have to hit unit, not tear.
Shush. I kind of realized that, but I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one that you have to change the thingy on the back. No.
Do you
There's
need
one-
assistance?
No. One of these scales
You do have to
you
flip.
have to flip us there's the grams, and it's not zero. You have to flip a switch on the back. There's like 4 settings, and only 2 of them work per hitting the unit button. So I probably do need help, but I don't like asking for help. So okay,
I know. I was there.
This is like 46, 47 grams left. I've almost half a skein of this yarn has gotten me this much, which means I forget. Okay, height to the handles is supposed to be like 13 inches, and the width is supposed to be like 14. Now I didn't test for gauge. It's about 14. I'm doing okay with that, and it's probably because I have a thinner yarn than she does. The 13, let's see. I have 3 inches so far. So this skein will get me 6 inches. I was factoring it would take me 3 balls to make this. I think it will still take me 3 skeins to make this. We shall see. So, oh, now she's got a copy.
Yeah, I do. Well,
I'm sorry you can't see half of what we're doing because the mountains of hand-dyed yarn in front of us.
I have 15 and a half, almost 16 inches wide.
But that's you're using different yarn and double stranding.
I'm double stranding like sport light DK on a 7. So it's going to be bigger.
Which is fine, which is good. It also might take you more yarn. Depending on the size you want to make in the empty. So yeah. So but yeah, I felt like I was busting through this so fast. I still have like a little under half of it left. So I thought it was really neat. Like there was just a little bit of this inside color on the outside. And so I have a little, like if I open this up, I have this little strip of the burgundy color on the bottom, and then it starts changing. So you can just see it. Boop. Reminder that this yarn is 15% off this week. It is Universal Yarns Cotton Supreme DK Waves. I need to order more of this because if I use 3 skeins of this succulent, there's only 2 left. So that's what I have to work on today, Liz. I have to place some orders if I can with a few companies so we don't run out of yarn, because you know we have no yarn in the shop.
See, there's a big hole.
Look, right there. Right there. Yeah, it's really hard to figure out where to point.
There we go.
That means we have no yarn in the shop. No, it doesn't.
There's an empty cubby over there. We have no yarn.
More than one empty cubby over there. Oh my gosh. But yeah, we have yarn. It's just, you know, like someone came in yesterday looking for just the perfect shade of green in the Cascade 220 Superwash, and we didn't have it. And that person gets to wait 15 minutes because we're filming. They can leave a message, I hope. Anyway, so let's see, what else am I got a little bit more done with my mohair. I can't remember how big this was a couple days ago. I have not had much time to work on knitting or crocheting. So, but I made it through with the wind blowing. Oh my gosh. I made it through 2 repeats of all the different colors changing on Stephen West's, which one is this? Rain or Shine shawl. It's so fuzzy and soft, and it's gonna be way too hot for summertime, but I'm knitting ahead for when it's cold out. Look, it's a mohair beard. Goatee at that. That's a big goatee. Anyway. I see, Liz, I'm not funny anymore.
No, you're funny.
Funny haha or funny weird?
Yes.
All right.
But you're my kind of weird, so it works.
Oh, good. Please keep working because I can't do this on my own. We struggle to do this with the 2 of us. Yeah, okay. Oh, good. Come give Liz a hard time.
You want me to quit?
No. Oh gosh, no. All right.
I can quit buying yarn at any time. Just fire me and we'll see.
Yeah. Well, if I fire her, then she can't reinvest her paycheck. That's the problem. I don't think I'm quite as entertaining on my own. So, all right. I think we should go start getting the shop ready because I'm still seeing all the yarn that has to be put away in this very empty shop of ours.
Yeah, there's kind of some areas that are like
It exploded.
Pick. Left the
Yeah, and
because
I will say it's not all your fault, but it's usually your fault. No,
okay.
But
shipping or fulfillment center.
that means there's not enough time to go back and clean up. But I will say a couple of the piles that are out right now are totally my fault. She's like, what do you want me to do? Stop filling orders? No. Okay. If you would like to send a question to Dear Becky and Lizzie for next week, you can write us a cute little card or letter or something and address it to Sun Dragon Art and Fiber, 35 South Broad Street, Brevard, North Carolina, 28712. Or you can email
Liz at sundragonartandfiber.com.
all spelled out except for the dot. I think I'm trying to put that in all the descriptions now because someone said it's not in the description. I went, yes, it is. Oh, no, it's not. So I'm trying to get that in the descriptions.
Would never happen.
Because that's all I have to keep track of all day. So,
You're looking at the entire staff, computer work, shipping, receiving, inputting, putting
online
away,
shop,
the online shop,
organizing the shop.
Just us.
Lessons,
there's videographer.
There's other stuff she does.
There's
we both are very busy, and yes,
there's nobody behind the scenes writing show notes or adjusting the camera.
There's no one back there with cue cards or So, and yes, sometimes you might come by the shop and we're not doing anything because we're taking a break for a few minutes. That does happen occasionally too, or else we would be burnt out and y'all would never see us again.
My breaks earlier this week were I just walked out and said I'm ignoring life.
And I didn't object because oh my gosh,
there was nobody in the shop. If there had been people in the shop,
she knows if there's people in the shop, I panic and she has to help me. Even though I love working with people and can do it, I will still panic and make her come help me. So strength in numbers anyway. So I hope you have enjoyed our Thursday on a Friday, and we have knit night tonight from 7 to 9 p.m. on Zoom. That usually doesn't happen on a last filming day of the week, but we're late this week. So you can join 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Zoom with the shop phone number
828-877-3550.
Get really good at that. And Saturday is Worldwide Knit in Public Day. So we will set up some shade outside and come sit with us all day if you want. I have this sock class in the morning. There is still space in it if you would like to start a toe up sock. Contact us. Let us know that you are coming, and it will be at 10 a.m. in the morning. Contact us for more questions and details and things. But we'll make sure we have multiple spots outside if you just want to come from the beginning of the day and hang with us all day for Worldwide Knit and Public Day. We have in-person sit and stitch Saturday, hopefully is what I said for this.
Worldwide Knit and Public Day.
Yes. I mean, we have it anyway because we're trying to start in-person gatherings, but it just so happens to fall on Worldwide Knit and Public Day. Yay! So definitely we'll have people who should be hanging out with us in the afternoon here from 1 to 4 p.m. is our regularly scheduled in-person sit and stitch. And then the June dual platform virtual sit and stitch on Facebook Live and Zoom is happening Sunday from 1 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, Zoom is always get in when we have events with the shop phone number
828-877-3550.
And come when you can, leave when you have to, but that will be our like worldwide knit virtually in public day 2.
Our second anniversary of doing Zoom on Sunday.
Well, it was a Saturday when we started because we started literally on a Worldwide Knit in Public Day 2 years ago is when I decided to start this whole crazy Facebook Live once a month thing.
Yeah.
And that's how some of you met us. So crazy. Anyway, That's always fun. The Facebook Live can be a way to like see what's happening with the whole Zoom thing without seeing all of Zoom, or being put on Zoom if you don't want to be there, because you'll see me and you'll hear Zoom. And it should be entertaining, especially I'll just have a coffee IV to keep me going because it's been a long couple of weeks, but we're doing it. So we hope you all have a great weekend and join us if and when you can during that weekend. I will try to get this video up as soon as I can. Checks are taking longer than usual with YouTube. So if you don't see it till the end of the day, hopefully it's not my fault. Anyway, we'll talk to you soon. We missed y'all. Bye. I have lots of things not to trip over here.
Like, subscribe, ring the bell, all the fun stuff.
All the fun stuff. And because we're over 1,000 now, which means I've talked to Liz about, like, subscribing is free, right? I've talked to Liz about if we want to set up memberships on this channel, because we can. I got the email. That means you can join for a monthly fee. Like, instead of subscribing, you can join, and we have to figure out what your perks will be for different levels of joining. We have a lot to plan.